tested positive for steroids.
I get that. I get
okay.
that. And Stervine has said that there's no way, even if this guy comes back clean, that I'm going to fight this guy.
I can't believe he turned away a $1.4 million fight. Man, when we talk about these fighters make good money, did you know Stervine was doing $1.4 million this Saturday? I didn't. That seems like a healthy check for his caliber fighter.
For heavyweights, again, we're talking PBC again, aren't we?
No, that's Don King. That's
okay, but that's just as crazy as say Don King is the same as saying
money.
PBC.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
He turned that down. I'm glad his account must be nice. You're turning away 1.4 million.
It's ridiculous. All right, let's get to the main topic.
One more, Lee. One more.
All right, one more.
Eureka's Gamboa. His fight got canceled on fight day. The cops raided his opponent's dressing room and found a nurse and a trainer performing enhancing illegal drugs into the fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dirty world right now. But
what performing? Wait, by the way, I'm not against. I had this talk down. I was getting a. Okay, long story. I'll shorten it. I was down getting a body fat analysis, right? Because I'm cutting weight. And I was having this talk with somebody, and we were talking about the radio show and what I do and what I've seen over the years. And I've said this. Every fighter that I have seen, and I think Andrew would agree with me, every boxer, every MMA guy that's fighting on a competitive level, they're using some kind of juice in some way. They're using every competitive product available that is legal.
That they think is legal, yes, sir.
That they think is legal, and a large portion of them, okay, a large portion. I don't want to blow everybody's mind. They're using things that are illegal as well. They just know when to cycle on and off so that they don't get caught. It's not shocking when somebody gets caught on juice. So the trick is you're juicing with some kind of steroid. You need to keep a estrogen blocker to keep you balanced, and those two things are what triggers the test. And I'm telling you, I don't want to blow anybody's mind here, but in boxing and MMA, 9 out of 10 boxers, 8 out of 10 fighters, it's in the 80-90% range.
Hey, you're not supposed to do it on fight day though. And...
Right. You have to be I've always said this. You have to be stupid to get caught. Or be Brock Lesnar and just not care.
Yeah, it's not his fault. Nah.
It's not his fault. He was always going to do it. I mean, It's kind of easy to see when Brock Lesnar shows up to the UFC.
That's how he makes his money.
He's cut and looks like a beast. And then 5 days later, he rehydrates with creatine to be on WWE, and he looks like somebody's dad. I mean, it's not surprising to me.
Right.
That's reality. That's, the reality of the sport is this. I was blown away recently. I was looking at some of the amateur rules. Yeah, you got a drug test in the amateurs because they'll juice. You can't leave these kids alone. I don't know if I agree or I disagree with it, and you're asking the wrong guy because I'll juice given a chance. Like, I got pains in but I'm 48. So, and I'm playing with guys that are half my age again, Andrew.
Hey, you're like Bernard.
I'm like Bernard. Thank you for the segue that we finally get to our top story. Farewell, so long, and goodbye to Bernard Hopkins. And rightfully so. For those of you who slept under a rock, go watch it. I'm sure it's become a meme going around the web by now.
That went viral. Yes, sir.
Bernard Hopkins didn't get knocked out. He got knocked out of the ring by Joe Smith Jr. Last night. It happened in round 7, as I recall. I'm just looking at his record. I'm not even looking at. I watched the fight, and I was casually thinking, Joe Smith might win this thing. But I honestly, here's where I differ from Harold Letterman. I thought Bernard had kind of made a turn around 5th or 6th round, where I thought he was starting to pot shot Smith. And I thought that those pot shots would pay off later on. And I honestly thought he was going to get Smith out of there. By the way, he was starting to pot shot him. Because you never know with Bernard. Because he can pot shot you to death and pull stuff out of his rear end. But definitely early in...
Yeah, we haven't seen it in years.
But early in the fight, it was all Joe Smith. You can make the argument around 5 or 6 that Bernard made some kind of turn, more or less. And then in the 7th round, what the hell happened? They had to use the aerial camera from upstairs to show this thing correctly because nobody had the angle on it. He hits him on the way down. Bernard, using his favorite tactic of resting his ass on the second to the bottom rope to kind of sit out and go around the punch, gets caught with a combination that starts to send him out of the ring, then gets hit again as he's falling out of the ring. Long arms on Joe Smith, because if you look, he's going out of the ring already when he catches the one that puts him all the way out of the ring. No argument. It wasn't a push. It wasn't a foul. Joe Smith beat him out of the ring onto his back all the way out, feet up like a prom date. That's how much of a bitch Bernard looked like. Did I say that right?
Oh, stop it. Why you got to go there? He looked old. He looked old. Damn it.
He looked old because when he got up, he was like, I honestly thought he was.
He said, my knee. He hurt my knee. Then when he got in the ring, my ankle. He pushed me. He was like an old man just throwing shit out there.
Yeah, he was. He hit
me. He hit me with the right or left. I don't know. But he pushed me, and then my ankle hurts. My knee hurts. I was like, come on, Bernard, just stop.
Ready for me to premiere my new boxer impersonation?
Go ahead.
It's Joe Smith Jr. You ready?
I know. He has to get better.
I do a Joe Smith Jr. impersonation. I don't do a Max Kellerman, so we'll just go with the Max Kellerman question. Max Kellerman said, and I quote, Joe, what happened in there? All right, here's my Joe Smith Jr. Ready? I hit him, and then I hit him, and then he was going out, and so I hit him again, and then I hit him with another one. That's great, Joe. What else do you have to say? Well, I kept hitting him, and I hit him, and then I hit him again, and then he was out of the ring.
That's
fantastic work.
That's all you need to know.
Right? Was that not... Did Joe Smith not come off? Okay, so let me rewind this. Andrew's literally texting me, we have the new Great White Hype. He's here. It's Joe Smith Jr. By the way, that's what's on my cell phone from Andrew about Joe Smith Jr. Right. I sat there dumbfounded at the dumbest human being ever. Now, I'm going to tell this to everybody who's going to go back and watch the fight. Look at his sideburn, beard, goatee connection thing that he's going on. It's crooked. It's crooked, like he did it himself in a mirror before the fight.
Leave him alone, Lee.
Look at that slack-jawed, hillbilly, white trash.
Andrew, trash? Please. He's a union worker, man. Ain't no white trash there. That's a hard worker, man.
Construction working. Yep. He didn't even quit his day job.
He is now. We know that.
And Andrew.
And the light heavyweight. Andrew. They better be scared.
Bro.
What?
Stop it. Stop it with the Joe Smith Jr. I hit him, and then I hit him. And then, these are tough questions, Max. Hold on. I hit him again. Like, I rewound it because I couldn't believe he said it. And then I thought, well, maybe he was just in the middle of a tough fight. So Max asked him again, and he went through I hit him. And then as he was going down, I hit him again.
You definitely know he's not doing play-by-play at any point in his career.
Holy Nikes. That is the dumbest. What do you think? Did I nail the impersonation?
Yeah, I had that feeling when I started hearing him behind the mic. I was like, they got to work on that a little. You got to.
All right, let's rewind. All right,
awesome fight. Awesome.
Let's say that this is Bernard's last fight, and it should be because he got beat out of the ring. Yeah. It's perfect. Yeah. He got beat out of the ring.
He got what he wanted. When you're playing in a professional ring at 52, believe me, you're trying to get your ass kicked. You're not trying to win belts. You're not trying to be a hero. He's already been a hero. He was a hero for us in 2001 when he defeated Trinidad. 2 weeks after the towers went down. That was a great moment for Bernard. Okay? He's been a legend. He's a top 3 greatest middleweight of all time. Matters who you talk to. Some have him as either.
I would argue that if I did I mean, it's so hard with so many great fighters throughout history. But if I had to list 100 great fighters of all time, Bernard's making my list.
Of course.
I don't know where on my list he falls in the 100 greatest fighters of all times.
But he's there.
But
he's there.
He's on the list.
Yes.
He's arguably a top 100 fighter of all time.
And after the age of 32, there might not be anyone who has ever been greater than Bernard. How he adapted to the old part of his career, the old stage, the downside of his career, how he adapted to that and made it work for him. We've never seen it before. They started calling him an alien. He was so good at it. And let me say, it's one of the last of a dying breed in this sport. These workers, these men that are dedicated to this sport, right? Bernard has always just been in there to win. He ain't never been trying to protect himself, protect his never been a pushover. He went out just like the old vets used to. That's how you go out.
I agree. You go out on your shield.
That's right.
So I wanted to talk about quickly.
And then, yes. Lee, you bitch about it after. That's
well, no, yeah, that's no.
Then you start saying I didn't lose.
Look. He definitely becomes the guy in Philadelphia at the barber shop to talk shit about the last fight. He's the guy in the barber chair. He's the old guy in the barber's chair going, that white kid pushed me out of the ring. Yeah. And then some white ref stopped the fight. Yeah, you got job, Bernard.
Yep.
That's the conversation. I mean,
they didn't catch it. The push came.
And I'll say this to everybody who listens to the show: you do need a barbershop where they watch boxing. I mean, it's just the greatest place ever. Talking boxing at a barbershop is almost a religious event. All right. So, what was your first Bernard Hopkins fight that you remember watching?
Oh, Lee, come on.
You're going to say Trinidad.
No,
I'm sure you're going to jump on the train around.
I was 21 years old when he fought Trinidad. I go a little bit before 2001.
Oh, do you? Where do you jump on?
What are you talking about, bro? I come from a boxing family.
I know, and you were at Golden Gloves. I get you were an amateur.
Yeah, I'm not saying about me fighting. I come from a boxing family. The HBO has been in
Where'd you jump on the train?
I'm in the 80s, baby, bro. What are you talking about? I'm here with Chavez Sr.
Okay,
I'm here with Chavez Sr.
What is your first Bernard?
I was going to say Roy Jones. I was going to say Jones when he fights for the title.
No, Roy Jones when he lost, right, at RFK.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 93. Relax.
Oh, 2001. What the hell do you think I am? Come on now.
Whoa. I'll tell you where I jumped on, and I'm going to age myself. I was at the Mirage when he fought Steve Langley.
All right. Well, there you go.
On an undercard, okay? On an undercard. That's how far back I go. And then I don't really have a recollection of him till the Roy Jones fight, and I'm with you. When he loses to Roy Jones at RFK Stadium. Big fight, vacant IBF world title. Roy goes on and wins that fight. From that loss, for those of you who don't know about the legend of the alien, he then goes on a run and does not lose another fight till 2005.
Yeah,
that's an amazing run.
And
from 93 to 2005, he goes through Wendell Hall, Melvin Wynn, Lupi Anico, Segundo Mercado twice.
Yeah, one
Steve
was a draw.
Frank, Joe Lipsy, William Bo James, John David Jackson, right? Now by the way, he picks up the IBF title around Mercado, right? He gets the draw, split decision draw, then has the rematch and gets the TKO. He's the IBF champion, and then he starts his run. So it's Frank, Lipsy, James, Jackson, Glenn Johnson, for God's sakes, Council, Brown, Robert Allen twice, because he gets a no contest the first time around, Antoine Eccles, because isn't Antoine Eccles still arguably boxing? Sid Vanderpool, then Antoine Eccles again, Keith Holmes, then the fight that made him, right? Arguably the biggest fight that makes his career. The unification bout. He was going into the fight, the WBC IBF champ. He picks up the WBC title from Keith Holmes. And then on HBO prime time, the infamous, he's going to make himself, right? He was a 5-1 underdog. It was a crazy number. Felix Trinidad versus Bernard Hopkins for the WBC, WBA, IBF middleweight championship of the world, undisputed. He buys